What's the story, Smackdown fans? Tonight on the Wrestle Story,
Becky gets attacked by the boss.
Roman and Bryan challenge Harper and Rowan.
And Shane versus KO one last time.
All that and more. Stay tuned. Welcome back to the Wrestle Story. We discuss all things wrestling, the superstars of the present, the legends of the past, and I messed that up really bad.
You should know this.
Trailblazers of the future.
You should know this.
How's it going, James?
You should know this by now.
Well, I know, but I messed them up.
You just miscombobulated them?
Yeah. We stream every Monday after Raw, every Tuesday after Smackdown, every Wednesday after NXT, and after every pay-per-view.
So, Becky and Charlotte team up versus Bayley and Sasha 10-4-19. They showed Becky holding the Raw Women's title. Yes, they did. And Bayley is holding hers.
Yes.
This was still before Hell in a Cell. So.
How you doing, Zendel?
What's up? So overall tonight's SmackDown, I thought it was decent. I thought it was pretty good.
Yeah, it was okay.
I definitely think things were kind of slow in the beginning.
I'm going to say the whole show was slow.
I can agree with that, but I really feel like the beginning was super slow. Like, very slow.
Well, I think just the way they started it was slow.
Not very good.
No.
Like, I don't think that was the best opening segment, but...
No, they could have done some other things, but...
It's okay.
Hey, you know.
So, anyways, the show, it gets started with Eric Rowan. He comes out, and he's like, I felt disrespected. Let's start over. He said, I felt disrespected, and I attacked the biggest person in the locker room because I just did.
Yeah, the biggest person in the locker room.
The biggest...
is he talking about the biggest name?
Don't know.
Hey, doing export.
What's up? So first...
There's lots of waves going on in the chat
Eric
tonight.
Rowan should not be cutting promos.
I thought it was good.
I disagree.
Why they keep burying Ollie? He deserves better. There's lots of people
I think he's gonna get a big push here soon.
Ask EC3 about being buried.
Yes. I don't think Rowan needs to cut promos. I don't think he's very good at cutting promos. I think there have been a couple promos since he's come back and done promos that have been good. There's a couple. This is not one of them. I didn't think this was great. I felt like it was just kind of like, I don't know. The crowd was yelling what chants. They didn't really, care so much.
Well, they're going to do that anyway just because of who he's attacking.
Not necessarily, though.
Yeah, the way the storyline's going, yes, they are.
Okay, but that doesn't matter because last week people were cheering for them because, burying. Have you seen Murphy? The man is on a losing streak in dark matches, and tonight he lost to Apollo. To Apollo? Really? He shouldn't be losing to Apollo Crews. I'm sorry.
Cringe. I don't think he's that bad on the mic.
I don't love his promos. I think he can be one of those characters that doesn't need to cut promos because he doesn't need it. He needs to just go out there and beat people up because I think that's what's going to get him over more than just cutting promos because they're not very good.
Okay.
So, that's the way I feel. And I think that's what they should do.
I don't think he's that bad.
Well,
I don't think he's the best, but I don't think he's that bad.
They're not great. And, I just don't think he needs the promos. Just don't have him cut promos, just have him beat people up.
I think it adds to it because it gives him a voice.
But he's not saying anything that's worth listening to, though.
I felt disrespected.
He's been saying he's been talking about being disrespected for the last several weeks.
Well, he should be.
And then he doesn't give us a straight up answer as to why he attacked Roman Reigns. So if he's not going to do that on the mic, then I'm sorry, I don't care.
What do you want him to say?
Nothing. I don't want him to say anything. I just want him to beat people up.
There.
All I want to see him do is beat people up.
I hate Sasha even more than ever now.
I just want to see him go. Does anybody else agree?
It was so scary in the match when Bryan... Yes, it was.
I want to talk about that too. We will in just a second after we get past this beginning part. But I don't know. I just don't think Rowan needs to cut promos. And I think it'd be better off if he just didn't. And yeah, that's where I'm at. So then Bryan comes out and is like, you felt disrespected? You felt disrespected? You ruined our friendship. So you want to, like, make up for that or whatever? Then fight me right now. Or whatever. And so Bryan challenges him to a match. And they have their match. Harper comes out in the middle of the match. And then right after that, Rowan, like, grabs Bryan by the face. Picks him up. Puts him on the ring apron. Grabs him by the face again. And then gets ready to do his finishing move. I call it global palming. I don't know what everybody else calls it. It has an actual name. I just don't ever remember it. So, global palming, picks him up, and he doesn't lift him up all the way, and Bryan's foot gets caught on the rope, and he slams him down, and he's stuck in the ropes. And I'm sitting there, I'm going, I don't think that was supposed to happen.
No, I'm sure that wasn't supposed to happen.
Because then he global palmed him a second time, after he got unstuck from the ropes. I was like, it was not good. Not at all. It didn't look good. Probably didn't feel very good.
Probably not.
I don't know, but it wasn't good. I don't know necessarily if they should, like, have him try to pull that move from somebody outside on the other side of the ropes.
I think it's a hard move to pull off anyway.
He's
when you
tall.
have someone between the ropes and you, I think it's even harder.
Yeah, he's tall, but I don't think he's, like, tall enough to grab the person, lift them up completely, and bring them over the rope.
That makes it tough.
It does, because there's 3. It's, like...
Yeah. Decent opening match, I guess. Yeah, I thought it was okay. I thought it was too long. They could have shortened it some. But overall, I didn't think it was bad.
I didn't think it was bad either. I did think it was long. It took like 30 minutes for this match to end, and I was like, ugh.
That looked like a botch on Rowan's part. I think that would be a tough situation to be put into. You're trying to lift someone up over the ropes.
I agree. The one person probably has to, like, tuck their legs in some.
Probably shouldn't have done it that way.
No, I don't think they should have done it at all.
I think his move is hard to do anyway.
You grab the person by the face.
Having ropes to try and, like, lift them up over.
Exactly. You're grabbing the person by the face, and then he, like, holds onto their back, sort of.
Yeah.
Kind of like a choke slam, but not really. He grabs him by the face, lifts him up, and then goes splat.
Yeah.
That's hard to do anyways.
I think it might have been a botch on Rowan's part, but I think it's a hard move to pull off with where they were at.
Yeah. I think exactly. 100%.
Yeah.
It was going to be a hard one to do. But it really didn't look good. And I hope Bryan's actually okay. Didn't screw, his leg up or anything. He was kind of hobbling around after the match.
Yeah, we'll see what... I would guess it's just probably like a sprain or something.
Probably. Maybe not even that. Maybe he just, like, bruised up his ankle because, you'd think when it gets stuck in the ropes.
Yeah.
But, so, Harper comes out. He gets stuck in the ropes. The match ends with Rowan getting the win. And then Harper and Rowan, they go to attack Bryan. And Roman comes to help. And Bryan and Rowan, they take them out. Well, I guess it was kind of more so Roman. Not really Bryan.
Yeah.
Roman takes him out. And then Roman puts his hand out for Bryan to grab. Bryan's like, I don't need you. Get away from me. Go away. I don't need you. So on 10-4 in that tag match, when they showed Becky holding the Raw Women's title, that means she's not dropping the title to Sasha. No, because the pay-per-view is the weekend
after, isn't it?
Yeah. So, no. Sorry, James. It doesn't mean that.
Yeah.
It
just means she gets to hold it a little longer.
She's still the Raw Women's Champion, because she's not losing it till the week after.
Yeah.
So.
The pay-per-view's before the draft. Yes. How you doing, Matt?
Yeah, the pay-per-view's before the draft, and it's not... Oh, it is the weekend of the 7th, so it is that weekend, I think.
Of the 4th?
Yeah. the go-home show to the pay-per-view.
Okay.
And then the week after that is the draft, the 14th.
Okay.
So, yeah, she wouldn't have lost her title yet. She'd be losing it in 3 days. Or 2 days.
Yeah.
On that Sunday.
Yeah.
Because Hell in a Cell is the 6th.
6th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I was right.
Yeah, so she wouldn't have lost the title yet.
Hold on. I have a question.
Yeah.
I was thinking about this before. Halloween, is that on a Thursday or a Friday?
Halloween's on a Thursday.
They're going to have a pay-per-view, Crown Jewel, on a Thursday?
Yeah.
On Halloween. I thought they were doing that on a Friday. Because I thought that Halloween
Friday's
was on a
November
Friday.
1st.
Yeah. But
So-
then they pushed it back to Halloween.
They probably just changed it. I don't know. So when is KO versus Shane happening? I would have...
Hell in a Cell.
Yeah. That's what I would say. I don't understand why Owens wouldn't ask for that match at SummerSlam.
Agreed. I think this should have
Because they
happened
wanted
at
to draw
SummerSlam.
this out a little longer, Scott. By the way, hi, Scott.
Yeah, hi Scott. Hi Matt. How's it going? Yeah, I think this could have happened at SummerSlam.
I think
But
would
they
have
were
drawn it
like,
longer.
up.
Well, here's
We
the
want
thought.
Shane to wrestle at one more pay-per-view before
No,
we send him away
here's
for
my
good.
thought. When Heyman and Bischoff took over, maybe they decided to end this whole Shane thing, and this is the way to end the Shane thing.
Maybe.
First night of the draft is October 11th on SD, and night 2 is on Raw, October 14th. Yes.
Yeah. I knew that.
3 matches, and we are 1 week away from Sunday.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about Becky losing the title. I like to have a good week. Thank you very much. Sorry, James. James, she's going to keep it forever.
100%.
There. We're trying to help out your week.
Yes. We are.
She will never lose it, James.
Never.
I kind of like the idea of only having 3 matches, announced.
Fox apparently wants a Fiend, but Heyman is trying to put a stop to it.
I would use them on both shows.
But they're not going to.
He's the one I would use on both shows.
But they're not going to.
Well, they won't, but that's the one I would use on both shows.
I agree, but they're not going to.
Okay, well, whatever.
They've already said they're not going to.
Because I think that he's the one that could do a crossover, which is why I think him winning the title really doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. So, anyways, Bryan then gets on the mic, and he says, I have one question for all you people. He says, do you want to see myself and Roman Reigns kick their disrespectful butts? Okay, that's not what he said, but close enough. And the crowd started chanting, yes, yes, yes. And then after that, Daniel Bryan did this thing. Again, he hasn't done that in...
Forever?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
So are we getting old Daniel Bryan back? Is he no longer going to be the new Daniel Bryan? Can he just be the old Daniel Bryan? I'd like that very much so.
Yeah.
I like the old Daniel Bryan. I mean, I like the new Daniel. Are they still calling him the new Daniel Bryan? I don't think they are. I think they're just calling him Daniel Bryan now.
Yeah. SmackDown was actually very good tonight. I thought it was decent. I was questioned why Kyrie and Asuka took on Mandy and Sonya again, then realized there's no division and became depressed.
Happy birthday, Stephanie McMahon. Yeah, it's her birthday, and it's Sonya Deville's birthday, too.
That is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Crossover will kill the Fiend, in my opinion. You don't want to... I don't think you have to do it every week. I think you just have to pick who he's going to go after. I think if you did the crossover and have him picking certain wrestlers to go after.
Yeah. I can understand that. Yeah. So, that was that segment. Took forever. Took 30 minutes of the show.
Yes.
After that, we got to talk about Brock.
Yes,
Okay?
it was nice seeing Kyrie and Asuka.
All right. So, Brock. Brocky, Brock.
Good thing he showed up tonight.
Yesterday, we want to sit here and talk about, Brock, he's going to be there more and blah, 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 blah. He has a match next week. And all they're doing is talking about Brock. Brock is not actually there.
Did you guys hear Bray scream, Why, brother, why? Winning Metal Claw Braun.
I did not. It was drowned out by the sound of Seth Rollins screaming in terror. Yes.
Yeah, I could hear him. Yeah, I heard him yelling something. I don't know that I paid attention too much to it.
I didn't. This is the issue here. Already, show starts next week. Brock has a big match. Brock isn't there. Okay. My point is already being proven. We're not even on the new show yet.
Yeah.
Brock showed up last week.
Yeah.
Took his match. And then he doesn't show up the next week to do anything about it.
Yeah,
it's stupid.
I could listen to Zayn.
I will never stop saying that it's stupid. Because it's stupid. And I don't get it.
Sami Zayn does pretty good with the mic.
Somebody made a video, and it was Mario. Mario dying in one of his Mario games. Super Mario.
James, what I saw...
And compared to the scream that he did yesterday...
Yeah.
It was so funny. It was, like, identical. People were like, since when is Sami Zayn turning into Super Mario? And it was so funny. Anybody else seen those videos?
Oh, no. I'm not sure where export's headed with the oh no.
Probably Bryan versus Bryan Mania.
Well, I'll answer that here in just a second. Anyway, Scott, Zayn is good on the mic. I think he does a good job with introducing Nakamura.
If Zayn would just be able and be allowed to do commentary during Nakamura's matches, I would like it so much more. I would love Nakamura matches so much more.
Yeah.
If they just let him do commentary on them.
Yeah, he's good.
Please.
Brock is going to be on SmackDown for October and November. That's his schedule. What I saw was he'd be there 2 days in October and 2 days in November.
Which is nothing. Compared to the 50,000 other wrestlers that are on the roster that are there every week.
Braun versus Brett Mania for the title. That's what they're building. I don't understand how Braun is going to get into a title shot with unless, I mean, they're going to have to make some major changes because Braun is like beat nobody. Remember Aleister Black? Yeah, no, I don't know who he is. Who's Aleister Black?
He had a really cool entrance. I watched it on 2K20.
Yeah.
A video on Twitter. They did his entrance perfectly. It was quite entertaining.
That's about it. I mean, that's all they have is...
I'm putting him out on there.
I mean...
So, that's good.
He seems to... So he's still waiting for somebody to knock on his door, I think.
I suppose. I don't know where he went. No idea.
Waiting for somebody to knock on his door.
I suppose.
Check out the one I sent about the women's tag titles. That WWE has big plans for involving Sasha and Bayley.
That's what I figured. I
have said stuff about Sasha and Bayley going after the titles. I said it.
I've been saying stuff about Sasha and Bayley winning the titles.
Didn't I say something about that like 3 or 4 weeks ago?
Yeah, so did I.
I
think that's probably what they're... If they don't put the singles titles on them, then they're going to go after the tag titles. That's what's going to happen.
Probably. I hope they split Asuka and Kairi in the draft. Thing is, if they split them, then you're down another women's tag team if they're going to try and push the tag team women's division. I hope they burn the tag titles during the draft. I would love to see the titles burnt during the draft. Because I think that having a women's tag division is dumb because
I don't know. First,
like 34 women.
I don't know how they're going to do this. With the fact that they are saying it's only going to be on one brand and they're not going back and forth. I don't know how they're going to do the women's tag titles anyways. But I don't want to see them just completely taken away.
Oh, I agree. There's no women's tag division. I just think that if they're going to keep the tag titles,
they have to have
you have
a
to have
women's tag
Asuka
division.
and Kairi stay together.
You have to.
I don't think there's a women's tag division the way it is right now. I think it's terrible. I think that they should have got rid of the tag titles a long time ago.
Well, then why did they bring them in the first place?
Who knows?
Like, because if we want to sit here and say that, there was no point.
I would rather see him have, like, a women's intercontinental title or a women's U.S. title or some sort of, minor title for the women.
But then it's going to get real confusing.
Well, something. I mean, they don't have to call it intercontinental. I mean, they could call it something else.
Because Vince was pressured into making them. Okay.
Well, Vince should be pressured into could be pressured into a lot of things, but he doesn't bend. So I think this was all, Vince being pressured into it. I don't buy it because Vince does what Vince wants to do. How you doing, Jordan?
Sorry, got into a car crash. My car is totaled. I'm okay and well. I'm back.
As long as you're okay, that's the important thing.
Jordan. Sorry, guys. I'm not here. I got into a car accident.
Right.
Well, jeez. Okay, then.
You're not sitting with your car right now, are you? Watching us, on your phone?
No, he's sitting in his totaled car, obviously.
Oh, because he couldn't make it home. So he's got his phone out, watching YouTube on his phone.
It's cool. Anyways, Brock video, dumbest thing in the world. We want to talk about him being here. It's ridiculous because he's not going to be here. It's not going to happen. They are ruining everything before it gets started. I've said this for the last 2 weeks. It's not gonna be good.
No, I don't.
And when I'm right, when I'm right. Well, none of that stuff that happened tonight ain't gonna matter after the draft. No, it happened on Sunday. Well,
Gotcha.
Well,
I said, the important thing is you're okay.
Yes, that's the important thing. I think some of the stuff that's happened. The past several days where they're putting more people out there, I think that does matter for the draft. And it might matter some after as to who's going to be put on TV. They want to put people out there to see what the crowd reaction is, to see who's going to do what. Hey, you know what? I've said I'd be okay if I saw Brock F5 Becky. I've said I'd be okay with it. Now, this was back when Brock was feuding with Seth, and it would have been just to make him mad. Because then maybe we would have gotten the fire out of him that we got when he was fighting Baron Corbin, and she took whatever the heck his finishing move was called, the End of Days. He got mad. He ripped his head off. Maybe I wanted to see that. I'd be okay with it, so it wouldn't make me mad, bro. Trying to make me mad, you gotta do a lot worse than that. So, yeah, Brock, stupid.
None of the stuff that happened tonight ain't gonna matter. I don't think it will. I think that.
Well, I think they're putting more people out there, which is going to matter for the draft, because if they're not put out there, then people aren't going to care, and they're not going to get very high in the picks. And second, I think some of it might be, helping after the draft to see crowd reactions and, figuring out who could possibly, be pushed for something. After they, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Kind of putting them out there.
Yeah.
See who could be put out there next.
So would you be okay if Sasha beats Becky?
Yeah, I know it's coming, so I'm okay with it. Because Becky's going to go to Smackdown, and she's going to beat Bayley or whoever for the championship.
Gable versus Elias, thoughts?
If this gets to where Elias writes a song about him being Shorty G,
Sasha
sure.
will keep. Yeah, I think because Elias I think is good.
Lacey Evans pinning Sasha Banks after she beats Becky. Okay, as long as Lacey isn't pinning Becky, we're fine. Lacey can be champion. Okay.
No one would be okay with Sasha beating Becky.
When Sasha beats Becky, I want to see how long Sasha will keep the title. Yeah, Sasha doesn't have the greatest track record of being the longest reigning champion ever. No. She has the title reign of having the longest or the shortest title reign.
Yeah.
Ever. She doesn't get very far. They don't keep the title. She's generally just a switcheroo. Here, we're going to take the title off this person to put it on you to put it on this other person. That's what you're there for. Becky's promo was great last night. I agree.
Yeah, solid.
I agree it was. Transitional champion. That's what I would say Sasha has been in the past.
Yeah, pretty much.
So, I don't know what they're going to do with her now.
Lacey Evans pinning Sasha. That might be where we're headed right now.
After she beats Becky, as I said, if she's not physically pinning Becky,
the shorter
then
diet doesn't
it's
make
fine.
sense when Gable's opponent is only a few inches taller. I mean, Mysterio's like a lot shorter. Does anyone call him Shorty?
No, but they're going to change his name to Shorty
No, I
G.
call him the Human Dart.
Yeah. I call him, I don't want to see Rey Mysterio on my TV ever again. That's what I call him. No, Cole was like, Sasha was the first woman, was in the first women's Hell in a Cell match, and Becky was like, yeah, and she lost. So, mic drop. Charlotte's gonna beat Sasha. I don't know about that.
I'm okay.
Because I could very well see them keeping Charlotte and, well, they could keep Charlotte on SmackDown and then move Becky over there too. Because they haven't been on the same brand in quite a long time, and I feel like they could work well together.
Johnny Gargano's the male version of Sasha. No, Johnny Gargano is better than Sasha.
I agree.
The short jokes I'm cool with as long as it leads to something.
As long as it leads to Elias making a song about Shorty G. I was like, I could feel it tonight. It's coming. It's coming.
Becky and Charlotte need to be away from each other, in my opinion.
They haven't been on the same brand in quite some time, and so I want to see them on the same brand. I want to see them both on SmackDown, and I want to see Bayley and Sasha on the same brand.
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
That'd be okay.
Because right now, what are they going to do?
The thing is, if you're not going to have them feud, then you got a problem.
And
they're not going to have Bayley and Sasha feud, I don't think.
Well, I think now,
down the road,
could. That's what I'm talking about. Down the line here. If Sasha wins the Raw Women's Championship, it leads to possibly her versus Carmella. Maybe if they move Carmella over to Raw. And then, I know, but most of 2018 into 2019 was Becky versus Charlotte.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the big issue is they haven't pushed a lot of women. Well, again, it's the same thing I talked about last night. Too. They haven't pushed any women.
But those four are always going to be your big four. As long as they are around, they are going to be your big four.
Well, a lot of that's because you don't push anybody else.
No, it's because they are the big four. They have done more than anybody else has in any brand.
Okay, well, whatever.
So, by any brand, let me just rephrase that. By, things they've done as a whole in WWE, NXT included, those four have done more than anybody else has. They are always going to be your big four as long as they are in the women's division. That's the way it is. So, I don't know. I think we just need to get over the fact that they're the big four and that they are going to be, the main event women. But they do need to build up other women to be more
I agree,
the mid-card.
But I think the same
possibly a couple more main event type people. Like Lacey Evans could be main event worthy if they use her right and they build her up right and make her character better.
Well, as far as being overused, I think the men have the same issue.
She could be that. Alexa's been put in that spot. She's been one of the big women in the last several years. She's had the title multiple times, which puts her in the big spotlight. So Alexa's another one. But there are several that they can build up as, mid-card talent that they aren't right now, just because they're very limited on who they have. And so they need to do that. But anyways, back to whatever we were talking about. Kofi, he's next.
I don't know. Ronda did help bring the women into the mainstream, like ESPN or Fox or big companies who look down on pro wrestling. Well, I think she did in a way, but the one thing I think the issue they have is when you're only pushing her, it doesn't help out the wrestling.
No, it just puts
and
her out there.
And it doesn't help the characters that are there.
No, it doesn't.
And if you're not going to do that, you're not going to push the people that have been there, then you have a problem.
Yeah. When you just bring her in and
which is, I think, one of the issues.
She then becomes the main focus, and she hasn't done anything
with the women's
except,
division. I think that's one of the issues you have right now.
Win the Raw Women's Championship,
which goes back to winning and losing doesn't matter.
Yeah. They did seem to care more when Ronda was there, though.
Well, they cared because of her.
They cared because
they
of
felt
Ronda.
that they pushed her and kept her out there in front of everything that people would come watch because she was the big name that's there.
Because she was Ronda.
I mean, that's kind of the feeling I got.
Yeah. I agree.
And if anybody else disagrees, then let us know. But that's just what I kind of got out of it.
Yeah.
So anyway, we have the Brock video, which was pretty exciting.
Yeah, woohoo! Brock's not there again.
Like, cheering.
Woohoo!
Then we have
Chili
the
shows up.
Kofi interview,
cares.
which I said, "What's the point of this?"
Kofi talked about his match with Brock next week and how he has a chance to beat him and blah 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 blah.
Yeah,
blah.
like who cares?
Not me. And then we got Chad Gable. Chad Gable comes out and he cuts a promo. He says, Corbin last week said, "I will always come up short." You see that? Short jokes. Haha. Ruby Riott got a title match out of it. So you can't really crap on Ronda.
She did, but then where'd she go?
Disappeared. Off TV. She had a shoulder injury. And she hasn't been there since.
That's just it. I mean, people come up and they get a title shot. Doesn't mean anything if you're not going to push them and try and keep them in the spotlight.
She lost twice. She lost twice.
Yeah. And, you know, I get that they're trying to get a feel for the women's division, and with any wrestler, I think you try to get a feel for who's
so the
gonna
other issue is because Ronda was there, you knew whoever Ronda was facing wasn't going to win. Because it was Ronda.
Well,
and Ronda was your women's champion, and they weren't taking the belt off of her anytime soon.
That's one of the big issues WWE has right now is it's too predictable. Well, Grace said what I was thinking.
Why is Mike Kanellis on SmackDown?
Maybe he's going to end up on SmackDown. I hate how WWE hyped Ali for so long, then he loses.
I think he's getting ready for a big push. I think he's being trashed on right now, but he's about to turn around.
The thing is, Jordan, it's like anything else. Wins and losses don't matter.
Well, no, they don't. Have they ever mattered,
He might get a title shot next week.
Have they ever mattered, though?
Have they ever mattered?
Yeah.
I think that they used to create storylines where, you know, things would happen to make the storylines interesting.
Kanellis needs to go to NXT. Can't argue with that statement. You know, I kind of wish this week on Raw we got to see more of this who's the father of Maria's baby storyline play out. Because I was thoroughly entertained. And I kind of wanted to see more. And they didn't give it to me. So, that was a little disappointing. Then I saw Mike Kanellis on SmackDown tonight. And I was like, woohoo! Is Chad Gable going to be the father tonight?
Well, I thought it was cool that he came up and did the... I thought it was cool that he was did the short joke and everything.
I bet he regrets resigning after tonight. Chad Gable is like Corbin last week said I always come up short. And then he talks about how they had their match last night, and he you know, Corbin took the low road and he beat him with a scepter.
Yeah.
He got out of it easy. Won't happen next time. Then Mike Kanellis interrupts him and, you know, says, I came out here to prove to my wife that I can beat somebody. And then we get Mike Kanellis versus Shorty G. And Shorty G gets the win. And then Elias shows up to sing a song to Chad Gable.
I think the Revival are leaving.
Revival are
when
being
their contract's
smart
up, they're
now.
Gone.
They've not.
I don't know, Elijah.
WWE. What's up? Yeah, they've been given multiple title shots, and they still haven't re-signed their contracts. It's really funny that people from AEW have been talking to them a lot more on Twitter.
Yeah.
They've been adding them, and you know, they've mentioned each other in comments several times, which I find very funny. I think if they're going anywhere after their contracts are up, they are going to AEW.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Leo Rush is back. Sorry, I know it was last week. I love Leo. I agree. I too.
I like him
Leo.
better when he's in the ring and not just a mouthpiece.
Me too. He was really great in the ring last week. And I'm really, really excited to watch him have a Cruiserweight Championship match. It should be really, really fun.
After all these titles, they still haven't re-signed. I think that them not signing is like
the best thing
gives
for
them leverage. And like I said, I don't think they'll re-sign.
They saw what happened to Anderson and Gallows, and they aren't following for it.
Well, if you think about it, though, really, the Raw titles and the SmackDown tag titles are like worth nothing right now.
Yeah. So now that the 24/7 title is in the hands of Carmella, that means the women have a shot at it now.
Yes.
Yep. That's right. So, anyways, Mike Kanellis versus Shorty G. Shorty G gets the win. Elias sings a song to Chad Gable after. It was quite funny. It was a funny song.
Yeah, I thought it was good.
And Elias is back.
Elias is good at. So
Elias is back, and he's not aligned with Shane, and he shouldn't be aligned with Shane anytime. I would like to see him drafted back to Raw.
Well, it depends on who they bring in. I mean, you're gonna have to see where they go with that.
Well, I would just prefer to see him back on Raw because I liked what he was doing before, where every Raw he had kind of a segment, got interrupted by somebody, and then that led into a match.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. He crapped on the crowd. It was funny. And I liked it. I'd like to see that again. So, those who got pushed for 3 weeks and then lost the titles to make a shift team, who lost the titles to another makeshift team. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, and where have Dolph and Rude been at since they won the titles? Nowhere.
McIntyre will be back for the draft. Yeah, I figured he would be.
He's probably going to be in,
OC,
I would assume that McIntyre would probably be, in top 10, top 15 draft picks.
Yeah, probably. I wonder if, for the OC, if it wasn't more of trying to be able to do more with AJ.
Probably. Rude was in the 5-way last night. Yeah, I know he was, but, them as a tag team.
I thought it was dumb.
I thought he was going to win.
The whole fatal 5-way thing was dumb, I thought.
Stupid. Having Rey Mysterio win was stupid. I don't get it. Drew needs to be drafted to SmackDown. I don't know. I'd be fine with him on either brand. Before the draft, we need to do draft picks.
Yeah.
Because they could be fun. So, we should do that.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about the draft. Anyways, moving on. I don't know. I'd be fine with him on either brand. Just they need to use him right.
Gable versus Elias, thoughts? I think it'd be awesome.
I think it'd be fine. Yeah.
Just because Elias will make fun of
It gets Gable away from Mysterio's going to put over the Fiend. I know that's what they're going to do with him, but I think it's stupid that they had him win. They wasted 30 minutes of the show. They had an hour left in the show. They wasted the first 30 minutes of the last hour on this match to have Mysterio win. They might as well have just announced it as being, Rey Mysterio he's the new number 1 contender for the Universal Championship, and everybody would be going, well, how did that happen? And we'd all be going, well, at least we didn't have to see a 30-minute match where Rey Mysterio gets the win because nobody cares.
Why does Mysterio have to put over the Fiend?
Because he's going to be another person that he can attack.
Okay, so?
I don't know. I just want to see them. The only way I will be okay with this is if they throw him into the side of a building. That's it.
Well, that's because
the
Mysterio's the only one who can have that happen to them and not look weak. I think Mysterio looks weak anyway.
I think they should just have the Fiend take him outside, throw him into the side of a trailer, and disappear. I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
I know it's already happened, but it'd be excellent. And I'd love it. So I don't know. It makes no sense. I hated it, and I didn't like it at all.
No.
I think Dominic will turn on Ray.
I would agree with you.
There was a photo of them at Raw after his match had happened, where he was backstage.
Yeah.
So they're getting ready.
Was in a match with Bray back in 2014. Yeah.
Woohoo!
I mean, Mysterio has a storyline with Dominic, so at least he had something going for him while the other challengers are just there.
If anybody was going to get it, I think AJ made the most sense. Yeah. Shortly thereafter that, for me, in my mind, Robert Roode made the most sense because he was talking up a storm about how, I'm the one who pinned Seth Rollins to win the tag team championships. So this, that, and the other thing. So I think that made sense too. And then Ricochet would be a close third just because Ricochet's there. And, he's been used more. Nakamura, to me, made no sense as to why he was in that match. And Rey Mysterio, to me, made no sense as to why he was in that match.
Ricochet is being someone's baby's daddy last week, so yeah.
Well, that too,
But
yeah.
Rude just lost last week.
He didn't really lose,
hey,
though. It ended in disqualification.
The question is, does winning and losing matter?
But it ended in disqualification because Dolph got involved.
Okay, but the question becomes, does winning and losing matter?
No, it doesn't matter. Okay, so what? I don't care. That has nothing to do with it.
Well,
he
yeah,
didn't lose last week. They got disqualified. So I guess technically he did lose, but like not really.
But we're talking about the number one contender. Rey Mysterio has like lost every match since 5 years
Which
ago.
is why AJ made the most sense.
And then he was going to retire because he kept losing, and now all of a sudden, he's the number one contender.
It makes no sense.
So winning and losing means nothing.
Makes absolutely no sense, and I have no idea. Robert Roode is a glorified joke since he left Impact.
I like his character.
Question: when did they make it a 5-way? When did they make that 5-way in elimination? Because before Raw, it was just a normal 5-way. Yeah, I don't know. They add things to it all the time, and I get confused. They're like, oh, this is an elimination match, and then, oh, it's not an elimination match, but then it ends up being an elimination match, and everybody's like...
They made it a 5-way elimination match in the middle of the match.
Apparently, who knows? And then there have been some matches where they announce it as elimination matches, but then it isn't an elimination match, and I'm like, what? This is supposed to be an elimination match. This made no sense. I don't get it sometimes.
Well, it goes along with a lot of stuff that doesn't make sense.
It was like when we had the number one contender match, I think, for the Universal Championship a while ago, like back when Baron Corbin, it was like Baron Corbin, Miz, a couple other people. And I remember there were like 4 people, and Baron Corbin pinned the Miz, and I was like, what? Because it was supposed to be an elimination match, but it ended up not being an elimination match, and I was like, sorry, what?
Yeah.
Corbin got it just like that because I thought it was an elimination match. It would be better if it's a 5-way so you can protect the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not sure what they were doing with Nakamura. Yeah, no clue.
Like I saw Nakamura pin Styles and thought he had won the match. Got excited for Rollins versus Nakamura. Yeah. Nobody has a clue.
Yeah.
I don't know what they're doing. It really doesn't make a lot of sense. So after that, we got Charlotte and Carmella.
I hate those types of matches anyway. So.
Yeah. So we got Charlotte and Carmella and Truth backstage. Charlotte comes down the hallway and she's like, Truth, where's Mella? Where's Carmella? And he was like, I don't know a Carmelo. And she was like, no, dude, not Carmelo. Carmella. He was like, I don't know a Carmelo or a Carmella. I don't know where she is. She's the 48, 7, 7-11, 365, I-95 champion. European champion. And Charlotte was like, I just need to know where Carmella is. And Truth was like, can't tell you. Mella walks around the corner and she's like, Truth, it's fine. Then we have their match. Charlotte and Carmella versus Sasha and Bayley. Mella taps out to Sasha. That's why she was in this match.
Yeah.
And then Charlotte attacks Bayley and Sasha, but then gets a double team by them. And then Becky comes out to save Charlotte's butt.
Yeah, I guess.
So, that was this segment.
What are they doing with The Miz? It's beyond me. I have no clue what they're doing with The Miz. He just kind of shows up every now and then.
He just had a baby, like Friday.
So I think that they're kind of letting him just kind of do his own thing.
Yeah, I think so.
Nakamura vs. Ricochet would have been a 5-star classic in NXT or New Japan Wrestling, and on Raw, it's just a match. Yes, I agree. They seem to do that a lot. Then the whole women's tag division was chasing the 24/7 title.
Yeah, they were.
Yes, but you know why?
Kyrie saying with
because they wanted to be on TV, and they know that with the exception of tonight, that if they're not chasing the 24/7 title, there is no TV time for them.
Kyrie saying with the little the thing.
Yeah.
The what is that called? Pirate thing.
Yeah.
The pirate thing. You know what it is.
Yeah, the pirate thing.
The seeing eye thing.
Yeah.
I can't think of what it's called.
Kairi and Kairi Sane should go to Raw.
She was like chasing after the championship like this, and I thought it was so funny.
I think they should.
What a best way to be in TV.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, there they go. I know them.
Yeah.
I've seen them wrestle before.
I think Kairi Nakamura would be in good hands with Heyman. Ember Moon, jobber. Yeah.
Yes.
She got beat by Lacey last night, and now she's been demoted.
Elijah, at least she was the leading jobber. She was out in front.
Now she's been demoted to 24/7 championship.
Yeah. Wrestling for titles one week, and and a jobber the next.
Yeah. So after that, we got Ollie versus Nakamura. This was a good match, I thought. Nakamura won after Ollie got distracted by Sammy, but Sammy then got in the ring, and then he kind of ran out of the ring, and it was a whole big mess, and then Nakamura won.
Yeah.
So.
Nakamura, Kairi Sane should go to Raw. You know what I think they should do? Put Sammy in charge of...
all of them.
Yeah.
I think it could be entertaining, but that would kind of mean that you would have to turn Kairi and Asuka heels. Because Sammy is a heel.
Well, you might,
at
but
this point.
do whatever. But I think it'd be cool to have them, like, for all of them. Is it weird to know that last night was Nakamura's first ever appearance on Raw?
Really?
That's interesting.
That is weird.
Talent wasting is just angers me.
I agree. With some people, it really does. It really makes me mad. Other people, I'm like,
I don't understand how you
don't get
can't,
it.
in a 3-hour show, how you can't get more talent out there.
Nobody knows. Nobody has a clue at all.
You know what, James? I do not know.
So does it mean this 24/7 channel
will be exempt? Will it cross over? I don't know. It would almost have to, wouldn't it? It'd be like the women's tag titles if they're going to keep them.
They have to keep Drake and Truth on the same brand if they're not going to split it up. They have to keep them all on the same brand because, like, come on. How is that?
Yeah, I mean, I would almost think you have to do a crossover and it has to be exempt. Just like the women's tag titles, I think you have to have them exempt, unless you have all the tag team the women's tag teams on either Raw or SmackDown.
Which I don't see happening.
No.
Nakamura has been on the main roster since April 2017, and last night was the first time on Raw.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Weird. We need the Bobby Roode from NXT. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't... I'm not into Bobby Roode.
I like his character.
I mean, like, I think it's cool. He's got a cool entrance. But, like, other than that, I really don't care for him. You know?
Yeah.
I just don't. So then we get a Kevin and Shane lawsuit video. This was, cool. Then we get announced Roman versus Bryan. Roman and Bryan versus Harper and Rowan at Hell in a Cell. We're getting that. Then we get, oh boy, what a tag team match. New Day versus the Glorified Jobbers, the B Team.
Well, they're glorified jobbers, but at least they were,
They've been put out there as jobbers to Heavy Machinery. Who was the other tag team they were jobbers to? I can't even remember. Somebody else, and then New Day this week, like the last 3 weeks.
Well, I get that, but at least they
I suppose at least they're an
team.
actual tag team that's out there.
Yeah. Nakamura needs to change the scenery to put him on Raw. Yeah, I think it'd be okay if he's on Raw.
So, yeah, I mean, cool. This was, New Day won. Everybody knew New Day was going to win. After that, we got Mandy backstage handing out her magazines for Maxim Australia, or whatever it was, and she was handing those out. The B team took on Bray Wyatt and The Fiend. Yeah. Yeah. So Mandy's handing out her magazines, and Sonya's like, Mandy, what are you doing? We have a match to go get ready for. Stop handing out your magazines. And then Otis shows up, and Otis is like, can we get a picture? She's like,
yeah, so he takes a selfie.
Okay. So they take a picture, and then he gets a magazine. And we're done with that segment. I want to see Mandy and Sonya broken up in the draft. I don't want to see them together anymore. It's ridiculous. Mandy's character has gotten to the point where it's ridiculous.
Problem is, you split them up, it's another tag team that's down. So
okay,
if you're going to keep the titles, then you got to do something.
So it is. I don't even care. I don't want to see them together anymore.
We need Corbin from NXT and Joe from NXT. Oh, and also Bo Dallas as NXT champion.
So
and how about while we're at it, let's do the War Raiders from NXT.
Yeah, can we get them back too? B Team will probably fight AOP. Probably. Sonya needs a chance. Yeah, I agree. Sorry, I'm so over with New Day. I will be glad when the title is taken off Gobi.
Yeah, I'm ready for it too.
We'll have less chances of survival alone.
I don't have a problem with Sonya.
I don't either. I think the issue is that she doesn't really have a character. because she's always been with Mandy, and I almost feel like she's in Mandy's shadow, and that doesn't work for me. She doesn't have, like, a character. She doesn't, like, she has a personality, but, like, it's not really anything special.
Well,
so she needs to come up with the character if she's going to go solo,
well, I
which
agree. They need
she
to have
needs.
a character. But, I mean, the thing is I think they're good together.
I'm tired of them being together. They've been together since they came up to the main roster, which was like 2016?
Which is fine. I think that the one thing they need to do is just change the way they're doing things.
Well, I suppose. But Mandy's character at this point is ridiculous. And it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
She's no one will ever look like me, blah, blah, blah. It's ridiculous. It's stupid.
Well, part of the problem is they haven't done anything to take it anywhere. I mean,
but that's what they're doing with it right now.
Well, I understand
she wasn't
that,
doing that until the last,
take it somewhere and do something with it.
3 weeks.
The War Viking Raiders experience machine, yes.
That's why Sonya Deville was in NXT to develop a character, which didn't happen. So then they moved her up to the main roster with Mandy, and she has been in Mandy's shadow ever since. I can agree with you there, James. Sonya is kind of dull. She is. She needs a character. She doesn't have a character because she's been Mandy's sidekick for the last 95 years. And I think that needs to change, and she needs to be put in the spotlight more than Mandy is.
Well, I think the one issue you have
But again, she's not blonde, so, you know.
Well, that's the big thing with what's going on. But, I mean, as far as that goes, I think that in order, and maybe they need to go back to NXT and do some stuff down there. But now that it's going, like, live and things like that, I don't know that it makes a difference. But they do need to be able to be out there. And, I don't feel that the women's division, some of the characters could build, and they're not put out there. The men's division's kind of the same way. There's characters that are there, and you don't put them out there. And I think when they do put them out there and then they screw up or stumble, everybody goes, well, look, they messed up, so they don't deserve a shot.
They didn't even give Sonya a chance to develop a character in NXT, which is part of the problem.
Yeah.
I think she was brought up really soon. I don't know. They wanted to bring them up to put them with Paige. Okay, cool, fine. But, I don't know. Mandy kind of had a character,
And I agree, Elijah. I think her character is fine, because you're not supposed to like her.
Which I get and understand that, but I just think the stuff that they're doing with her is stupid. Why should anybody care? Why? Nobody cares.
Because she's one that you like to hate.
No! That's not it at all. The stuff that they're doing with her is stupid. They're doing the whole, I'm prettier than you. This is, here's my magazine. This it's ridiculously stupid. I don't care. They were in the middle of it and then brought her up. And when did Mandy face Asuka in NXT? I don't recall. Because I don't think it happened. I don't think it happened. It happened at Fastlane. But not in NXT. So, I don't know. It didn't happen. No, it didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Yeah, it didn't happen.
Matt knows it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Then why did then why did Tom Phillips say they have a history in NXT?
Rant.
Nobody knows.
I don't know.
We could have had Feud of the Year with Io and Kyrie. Yeah.
I think that would have been awesome.
Most of Asuka's NXT was Iconic, Nikki Cross, and Ember Moon. Yeah.
Yes.
So, anyways, Fire and Desire versus Kabuki Warriors. Kabuki Warriors get the win. They needed it. I think it was good. Good match. yeah, that was that. After that, we got told that we are getting Sasha and Bayley versus Becky and Charlotte next week on SmackDown's Fox
This is kind
premiere.
of original. We don't have... wait, no, it's not.
Maven, a lot of
Sasha
people...
and Bayley versus Becky and Charlotte. Shocking.
Maven, a lot of people hate Mandy's character. That means it's working. I don't care! It's a ridiculous character. Why... I just don't...
By the way, I'm going to say Kyrie versus Io would have been 10 times better than Sasha versus Bayley at TakeOver Brooklyn. I think Kyrie versus Io probably would be one of the better matches, like, ever. In a long time, at least.
Like, we haven't seen that match a lot. I'm okay with watching Sasha and Bayley versus Becky and Charlotte next week.
You haven't seen that match yet, Jordan?
No. Sasha, Bayley, Becky, Charlotte? Totally not.
Yeah. It's like the first time ever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with
They
it.
don't ever
I like
wrestle
them.
each other.
Jeez.
You never see them fighting each other outside, in non-matches and things like that. I like to see Tamina use what?
Used.
Used. Got you. They could use her as like a bodyguard or something.
They've tried that before.
Could have swore that match last week.
Am I crazy? Yeah, we did, but I'm okay that we're
Which
seeing
match
it again.
are you talking about? Is he talking about the Bayley,
Sasha, Becky,
Charlotte,
and Charlotte.
Becky?
Yes.
No, Matt, that was your dream.
I'm okay with it.
You were dreaming about that, Matt.
I would assume something big's probably going to happen with it.
You're either dreaming about it or you're crazy.
I would assume something big's probably going to happen with it. I would think.
The horsewoman match.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a dream.
So then we get Shane and Kevin in the lawsuit.
Uh-oh. We're dropping frames.
No.
Are we still there?
I think we are. We saw that.
Okay.
So anyways, Shane comes out and he's like, come on, Kevin, come out, let's speak, let's talk. And he's like, this can go one of two ways. Either you drop the lawsuit and I hire you back and you do whatever I say, or you don't drop the lawsuit and with my people, they keep appealing it and appealing it and appealing it. And I will make your life not good for forever and you will lose a lot of money. And I'll keep you in court and it won't be good. And KO was like, you're a real idiot, you know that? You know that, right? No, this was never about me wanting the money. This was about me wanting you gone for good. And this is the only way I knew how. Because, it's in writing. It's legal. You can't go back on it. So, that's why I'm here. And I don't care about the money. Kevin then says, I want to settle this the best way I know how. I want to have you one last time in a match. When I win, you're gone. And if you win, I take my ball, I go home, I'm fired, you never see me again. He then says, have your people, your 3 business people that you had standing there for no reason at all, because they did nothing, have your people, and that briefcase, write up some papers, put them in the briefcase, hang it above the ring, and we're going to have ourselves a ladder match. Shane accepts, but he doesn't really accept because he can't hear it, because they play Kevin Owens' music.
Before he accepts.
Before he accepts it, and he's like, you can only see him mouthing it. You can't hear him.
I think that's why he really enunciated it, because he's like, there's no sound.
So then we go to the back, and we have Becky cutting a promo interview, whatever. And she's talking about Hell in a Cell, and then she gets attacked by Sasha and gets thrown into this metal fence. So that's how we ended the show in the last minute.
Yeah.
SmackDown seems to like to do that a lot.
Yeah.
Where they have every last final detail happen in the last 60 seconds of the show.
Pretty much. Makes me think they're doing this match next week since they won't be able to do it after the draft. Yeah, it makes sense.
Well, it also would make sense they're just going to do it at Hell in a Cell. Because Hell in a Cell is next weekend. So...
don't they already have a match?
No. For what?
The titles? What are you talking about?
Kevin and Shane.
I'm talking about the I think he's talking about the Becky, Charlotte, Sasha, Bailey match.
Oh. Whatever. But I think it's going to be a Hell in a Cell.
See? That's what he's talking about.
Okay, whatever. Well, I was talking about Shane and Kevin, so sorry, my bad. Yeah. Anyways.
Shane vs. KO seems to be taking place on Fox next week.
I
suppose if you're going to...
I guess so, but it's only a 2-hour show, so how are you gonna... I don't want to see Shane wrestle in the first episode of Smackdown.
It actually probably makes... Well, you will if it's gets him out of there.
Okay, I suppose if he loses, yes.
Kevin that was a very good segment with KO. Yes, definitely a good segment. I thought it was pretty good. I thought the whole idea that they did it. I agree. Let's see. Bischoff was bored of hearing Shane.
Sasha fights a lot better than she talks.
That's funny.
They wanted to do Hell in a Cell, but creative realized, we did this last year, so they do a ladder match instead. Yeah.
Yes, Sasha definitely fights better than she talks because she's not very good at it.
Even then, the way she was fighting, it wasn't super crazy aggressive in the ring. Let's not go there with Becky being jumped by the blue-haired Smurf.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna do just that, James. We're gonna go there.
Yeah, I think we're going there, James.
Got attacked.
I think
by
Becky
the blue-haired Smurf.
Yeah.
And she will lose the title. They didn't do Shane versus KO last year. That was 2017. Whatever, close enough. It might as well have been last year.
It's all the same.
It really does. It just all meshes together.
Yeah.
So, whatever. But yeah, I mean, I think doing it at Hell in a Cell, to me, would make sense. As a pay-per-view, you don't have many matches announced. And it's going to be a pretty weak card if you don't.
Still, we saw that.
So, I think that would make sense just to put that on the card because right now as it stands, let me look. Let me look at the Hell in a Cell card for now.
I don't think there's much there.
No, there isn't.
By the way, if you just joined the chat, click the like button, click the subscribe button.
Which is why I want to look.
So you know when we go live. And we stream every Monday, every Tuesday, every Wednesday. For now. That will change.
Till next week.
Soon.
Let me see.
Yeah, see, you can't even find information. Last year's Hell in a Cell pay-per-view was a damn good show
for the main roster pay-per-view. Hell in a Cell card. Let's find it, please. Okay.
How dare you, traitor?
I'm sorry.
James called you a traitor.
I missed what you said about Roman and Bryan teaming up. I think it'll be cool.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Bro, we only have 3 matches. Universal Championship Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
The Raw Women's Championship Hell in a Cell match. Roman and Bryan versus Eric and Harper.
Yeah. It's not much there.
Guys, they have to put this match.
I wonder,
They have to put the Kevin and Shane match on Hell in a Cell. They have to.
Like the first 2 hours of Hell in a Cell 2018 was amazing. And then Miz Bryan match happened and brought that show down.
Yeah. Anyways, your thoughts?
I don't know, because I'd have to go back and watch it.
No, not on that. What you were going to say? You were talking about Kevin and Shane?
Oh, Kevin and Shane?
Yeah.
I'm cool with the Kevin and Shane thing.
Well, no, I said they have to put that on Hell in a Cell, and you were.
Well, I would think you'd almost have to, but I mean, if
because they only have 3 matches, so
it also makes sense to put it on Fox.
No, but I understand that too. But there's only 2 hours, and I expect that match to go longer than not 2 hours, but you know what I mean.
A long match.
It's gonna be a long match.
Okay.
So, I don't know if it's necessarily smart to put it on your first show for Fox because it's gonna be long.
Yeah.
So I think they almost have to put it at Hell in a Cell because they only have 3 matches announced right now.
Yeah, which is, I mean, again, I don't think you really need to.
Could they be leading to? Well, they only have a week left.
Well, that's enough time.
Well, they only have 3 matches announced, and they could be doing a lot more. They have the Tag Championships, they have the Intercontinental title, U.S. title, the Smackdown Women's Championship. There is nothing for that yet.
I mean, some match will have to take the place of the WWE title at the pay-per-view. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, you already know pretty much as far as expect a lot of 1 week build matches.
Which I don't love. I don't like when they announce matches right off the bat, right after a pay-per-view. But I also don't like when they wait till the very last second and we get all the matches announced in the last week, because I feel like then we haven't had anything to build up to them.
Well, the problem is their builds, like, it's like this Charlotte and Becky and Bayley and this whole thing with them. It's like that's all they've done.
Viking Raiders will probably face Rudolph. I think that makes sense.
sense.
Have them drop the titles to Viking Raiders. I think that'd be smart.
Yeah.
I think Bayley versus Charlotte could make a lot of sense. I could see Cedric versus Styles again.
Yeah, makes sense.
Nakamura versus Ali. I could see that happening too. Smackdown Tag Team Championships, not a clue if they would even worry about those, because Revival hasn't been on TV since Randy Orton lost. So they're not doing anything with them. Hopefully they didn't drop Ali and Knock. Yeah, hopefully not, because I think they've dropped that like twice now, and I think they need to continue that. The Women's Tag Team Championships. Technically, the Hell in a Cell main event was announced like weeks ago when the arena leaked it. Yeah. Kabuki Warriors versus Alexa and Nikki. I think that could very well happen. I just spit everywhere. I think that could happen based upon their win tonight.
Well, again, it's...
But, like, that's like a lot of matches that they would be announcing. There's only 3 matches announced. And likely there's going to be more than, like, 5.
I figure you'll have about 10 matches.
Probably, but they only have 3 announced, so that's like 8 matches announced.
Yeah, but
like,
you have a general idea on some of them.
Will they keep the title on Bliss and Cross?
I would like to see Bliss and Cross split up.
I don't. I like them as a tag team.
The pre-show could be 2 hours. I hope not.
I think it's just going to be an hour this time.
I wish they would just get rid of the pre-show.
And the Cruiserweight Championship, Leo Rush has his shot.
I don't care about the pre-show.
Leo Rush and Drew Gulak should be happening now. Where that happens at, I don't know. I think it could be very...
For once, I want a 3-hour pay-per-view. You say export, good luck. I don't think that's happening.
Reason I ask that is because they have Bliss involved in the Raw Women's title. Yeah.
I can see it happening. I just wonder.
Hey, little
Fettuccine, how you doing?
What's up?
What are you expecting the ratings to be next week for WWE NXT? I would say probably...
They're going up against AEW next week. So they got to bring out the big guns.
Yeah, I mean, you almost have to.
And if they don't, well... there's going to be some issues. So.
Yeah, I mean, I think you almost have to bring out
the big guns.
Yeah.
Like,
sorry, lost my train of thought there.
Put Nikki Cross with the Fiend, even though I think it's gonna be Liv Morgan. While Triple H is making it like a takeover. They announced Street Profits versus Undisputed Era for the October 2nd show. I did see that. It's for the titles. That was announced earlier today.
Oh, well, the Street Profits aren't going to like do a lot of talking.
They're going to be Street Profits versus Undisputed Era.
For the first time in...
Could they have the titles put
weeks?
on them?
No, I don't think so.
I think it'd be smart.
I don't think they will.
I think there'd be a lot of...
predictions on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
Lexi talking about...
Predictions for Hell in a Cell. How are we going to do that now? Because SmackDown's going to be on Fridays. So we're going to have to switch that up. I don't know.
We'll let you know, little Fettuccine.
Boy, oh boy, they're making our jobs difficult.
Yeah. That's possibly a Saturday.
Maybe, but when we have takeover events, we're going to have to do
we'll
predictions for that. Oh, man.
I'll put my title on the line for predictions. No, I think Street Profits are getting the official call-up in the draft. Finally? Pay-per-view next week, right? Yeah, next week.
Yeah, so you're talking about predictions.
Not this weekend. Next weekend.
No, next weekend, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'll be the first week of Smackdown on Fox, though. So
Yeah.
we're gonna have that on Friday too, which is gonna make our lives difficult because they like doing that.
We might do a Saturday prediction show instead of
Possibly,
a
we'll let you guys know.
Friday. Yeah. And maybe we'll do it during the Smackdown.
Maybe we'll.
You mean
Official death. Do they have the death certificate ready?
Yes.
They just gotta write the name.
They will no longer be the Street Profits. They're going to be known as somebody else. Who faces Cole, Dane, or Riddle? I'm going to go with...
Riddle.
Yeah. This is your last Tuesday.
It is.
Yes.
Because next week we have...
Everything changes next week. Are y'all going to do a draft prediction show?
I want to.
That's what we were just talking about.
You guys will come and hang out with us again.
Yeah, probably. Just be looking for it. Because it's the 11th, so then we could...
Yeah, it's not this week.
It's
or not
2
next
weeks.
week, but the week after that
Yeah.
is when it is. Matt Riddle isn't winning the title. No, he's not. I don't think either guy is...
No, I don't think Matt Riddle's winning the title.
I don't think either
I'm down
guy
to
is
do a mock
winning
draft.
the title.
Yeah, I think... Yeah, we might do that. We'll just have to decide on a date and
Yeah, we'll let you
when
guys know.
we're free and... Not this early, I mean. Oh, yeah. We'll do it when it gets closer to... if we can find time, we'll do it closer when we get closer to...
He means Matt Riddle isn't winning the title.
Oh,
Not this early.
got you.
No.
I thought he was talking about our mock draft type.
Yeah, no.
Prediction show,
We're doing that too,
draft.
but we can do that whenever.
Yeah. We'll do that closer when
They might as well make it a triple threat match. Yeah.
Ciampa should be the only one taking the title off Cole.
Agreed.
No one else. I would agree.
Neither Matt Riddle or Killian Dane is winning
No.
the NXT Championship.
No.
It's not happening. Neither guy is doing it. I don't know why they put that stipulation even in here. Probably just to make a match for next week
Yeah, probably.
because of the new.
Well, it makes it entertaining, so I guess that's why they did it.
And next week will be the first time they're going for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, like on
USA Network.
on USA.
Yeah.
Will Ciampa be on NXT next week? I don't know.
I would say he'll make an appearance sometime here soon.
If not next week. Next week would be the AEW show. They're going head to head. We're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do with that too.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, we'll see.
Because I don't think we're gonna recap both in the same
We'll have
day.
to come up with something.
I think doing it, maybe recapping NXT that same night, Wednesday, and then doing AEW on Thursday or vice versa would work out better just because we can't recap both shows.
We'll work out some details. We'll Fedchinian decide. Umberto Carrillo in 2K20. Yes, I did see that.
Will EC3 be drafted?
That's why I wonder, since he's going to be in it, I wonder, are they going to have, the whole roster?
I think so.
All NXT, all
I think so.
NXT UK,
I think there's gonna be, a lot more people.
are they putting everybody in it? Will EC3 be drafted? Yes, I believe he will be drafted. Or he'll be dropped down to NXT.
Yeah, one of the...
October 2nd, NXT seems like a takeover to me. Yes, I agree.
They're going to have to book it
I
that
think
because they're going up against
I think
AEW.
the only issue you have is you're going to have to keep it up.
Yeah.
Um,
The entire active WWE roster will be in the game.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
probably.
agree.
I'd be okay with it, though.
yeah, I mean, I think they're going to have to. I mean, just from what I've seen, I think they're going to probably
The
put
more
the whole roster on
characters that
WWE
they have,
2K20.
they released the China entrance video today.
Cool.
She had, the sparkly gun.
Yeah.
Sparkler gun thing.
Yeah.
Firework gun.
Cool.
She had that. So that was cool. So I think, I think that there's going to be a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot
And,
of people.
Humberto Carrillo, he's, two people that are, he's, more
Yeah, I agree. I
unheard
didn't
of.
think-
It's,
I didn't-
different. Nobody really probably was expecting him to be in the game.
Well, Umberto Carrillo, I
He's,
agree.
so
I don't know.
new.
Yeah. I mean, wasn't his first match the other day?
No.
On the main roster?
Oh, on, what do you mean?
Favorite China match? I don't know. I'm going to be honest, I wasn't a huge China fan.
I don't know. I haven't watched China stuff in a long time. To even think off the top of my head. what my favorite match would be.
AEW's got a game coming out. I knew that they were working on it. I just hadn't seen anything official yet.
I mean, The Fiend and Humberto and 2K20, two people I didn't think would be in there are. Yeah.
Which is why I think they're going to have, like, the whole roster.
Which EO do we get? Face EO or heel EO? I want them to have both.
I want them
to have two different, like, outfit changes, like they've done with other people.
Yeah.
I want them to have both, where she has her mask and stuff, and then they change it, and they have, like, her heel business.
Face EO, I guess. I think since they're putting in, like, the Fiend,
they could do like a DLC of her heel.
You could almost
variation.
do both.
They totally could.
Chandler's Jeff Jarrett house cleaning match.
Fox may want the Fiend. That'll suck for Raw.
I don't think. Here's the thing: if they're gonna take Brock, because Brock is supposedly like a big name.
Yeah, Brock is a
big deal.
big
Then the Fiend
deal.
is going to Raw.
Yeah, because Brock's a big deal, guys. Brock's a big deal.
I've said this before. Fox is like looking for these big numbers to come out, and the issue they're going to have.
Brock is not the
forget
answer.
about Brock. I'm not talking about Brock. Okay.
Well, I am, and he's not
whatever.
the answer.
Fox is looking for these big numbers to come out, and they're on a bad night. Sorry, Friday nights are bad. Too many people have too many things going on a Friday night.
Power rankings. We'll give you our power rankings in just a minute.
Yes, I don't think they'll get the Fiend. 2K are suffering next week as the new stages in the game will look already outdated. Yes, I agree.
China winning the Intercontinental title.
Unless they've put something in their game already.
Yeah.
Knowing what's coming out. China winning the Intercontinental title.
Power rankings. Okay. I don't even know. Because last night's show was pretty...
I thought last night's show was pretty, like...
Not good.
Yeah.
So.
Number five. Chad Gable.
Carmella. And Truth. Both. 24/7 stuff. Number 5.
I would put that at number 4.
Number 4, I'm going to say...
Because R-Truth does a good job on the mic, and that kind of helped that out.
Well, I agree. No, Ray is not in my power rankings. He is not.
I'm not putting the human dart in my power rankings.
He's not going to be in my power rankings. I'm sorry.
If they want Brock more for that sport, like, feel, since Brock is sports, yeah.
I don't care what he is.
Yeah.
I don't want to see him on my TV.
So 5, Gable. 4, the 24/7 stuff.
Bryan. No. Harper.
Yeah, I would say 3 is Harper.
He threw him like he was a dart.
Yeah.
Number 4 for me is Harper.
I would say he's probably my number 3.
So, my number 5 is Carmella and Truth. Number 4 is Harper. Number 3, I'm going to say...
Thanks, James. Appreciate it.
Becky? Because I thought her stuff this week was pretty good. And number 3. Kind of there in the middle. Harper in the power rankings already. Yeah, I feel like he's been more impactful than, like, you know.
I think, just for this week, I think he was good.
I do too. I felt like he was, like, involved in stuff. So,
I think just his return was huge.
Hasn't had one match yet. Yeah! I mean, we didn't do power rankings last week. Or the week after Clash of Champions or whatever. So, yeah, I would say he's in the power rankings for sure because he's made a huge impact on this whole storyline.
Yeah, I think his
since
return
he got involved.
Just changed. Yeah.
So, anyways, Carmella, number 5. 4, Harper. 3, Becky. 2, Kevin Owens and Shane.
I'm going to put that at number 1. I want to see Harper wrestle.
I was gonna say number
pay-per-view to get ring wrestling. Yeah, I think it'd be a good idea to have him in a match before the.
I was gonna say number 1 would be like the Fiend. But
I'd go the Fiend number 2, and
then the Kevin and Shane.
Kevin and Shane 1.
I'm gonna agree.
Fiend's kind of starting to. King Corbin.
Sorry, no.
It's okay. I mean.
I don't put him in my top 5. I don't like the guy. So, He doesn't get in my top 5.
Maybe
one of these days, Lacey will be in my top 5 because I'll do it. She just needs to do something worthwhile.
Did you see Bryan go back?
I did. There was something about, oh, you didn't want to come after me, brother. And he was like, sorry, you don't want to come after me either. Okay, thanks, bye. Some type of stuff like that. So, we'll see what they do.
The Fiend is always on the power rankings, but the Fiend is starting to lose some of that luster because of dark matches and stuff that I've seen. So they need to fix that.
Agreed. So I think
Becky 1, Seth 2, Roman 3, Carmella 4, KO 5. I don't know. The whole KO thing was good.
Oh, I got my Twitter back. Yeah, I saw that.
Cool.
I saw that you got your Twitter back, which is cool. I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah. I don't think we have anything else to cover.
My goodness, guys. I'm sorry. I've yawned a whole bunch. I'm tired.
It's not even late yet for us. So
No, it isn't. I'm just tired. I don't know. And I didn't get up early or anything. I'm just tired. I slept in today, and I'm tired.
That's probably why you're tired. You slept in.
Probably.
We'll be back tomorrow. We'll have the NXT.
Yeah, hopefully tomorrow should be good.
Yes.
Exciting.
If you like our action figure stuff, look for a video or two coming out here in the next week or so. The Fiend's mask apparently broke in the dark match, which is why it ended.
Yeah, it's
is that
probably
where the lights went out?
Probably why all of the curb stomps aren't such a good idea, because he's got to go down on his face.
Well, they could do something with it.
Well, they could, but I don't think it's a good idea to have him
curb
stomp 4 times.
Slide under the ring and put a new one on.
Yeah, that might be what they need to do, is have a double. Have a double of it and put one underneath the ring, and then put one, have one on his face. And if it does happen to fall off or break, just have it go dark. Have him roll out of the ring, throw the mask on.
You know what would be cool?
And then roll back in the ring and be completely fine, nothing happened to him at all. If he was getting a beating.
Well, if something like that happened, if they, the lights go out, and then he stands up and he's Bray Wyatt. Hello. The Fiend has let me in, and now it's my turn to,
I don't think we're ever going to see the Mr. Rogers character wrestle.
I just think it'd be cool.
I don't think
you will, but I think it'd be cool.
Yeah.
Good night, James. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate you promoting us. It's awesome. Looking to do some things with the channel here soon. They've already said you will never see the Mr. Rogers Bray in person, which I think is dumb. I think they could do so much with it.
Yeah.
That is where you could have someone beat him and, only in the funhouse. Yeah, and I don't like that. I think you could do both.
They could have him down on the roster as 2 separate characters.
Well, they could, and I think that it'd be cool if they did it both ways. And I think there's a lot of stuff you could do with it. But the fact that Fiend no sold it is great. Yes.
I agree.
All right.
Vino sold the first one, but then the other ones. The other 3, he kind of sold them, and then, it went dark.
Yeah. Well, I think he was trying to make sure his mask stayed on.
Probably.
If it broke.
Yeah, it was great. So.
All right. We are out of here. We'll be back tomorrow night. NXT. Yeah, it was awesome.
He got straight up. Yeah, it really was. So.
NXT tomorrow night. See how it goes. For those of you that have to watch it or when you switch over to the network, if you had issues, hopefully you get to see it.
Hopefully.
And then
if not, you guys
this
can
will
come
be
over
the last
here
week.
And,
last week that you have to worry about it being on the network, as next week
live,
it'll be on USA.
Completely live, because it's the last week. The Suits finale is tomorrow. Woohoo!
Yes.
We don't have to worry about it anymore.
Good night, Elijah. Everybody. Good night, Matt. Good night. Anybody else that is still in here, James. Anybody else that is still in here, good night. You guys are awesome. We're out of here.
Peace out.